Yeah, filthy smoke. What? This the turning point. Check it. Yeah, this the marathon of breaking bones and terror dome. This the turning point where one blow will turn your joints. Ain't nothing nice in the square with that corner hustle. You like the music game where everything is gonna crumble. CDs to download, we on that down low. Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, more medals than Kurt Angle.
We are Mrthefanboy, the most destructive force in all of YouTube today. Tonight's episode of TNA Impact was awesome. The show started off with Ric Flair in the ring talking about Matt Morgan's actions over the past few weeks, and Matt Morgan comes in. Him and Ric Flair trade harsh words, and Matt Morgan demands a rematch for Jeff Hardy's title. Ric Flair tells Matt Morgan that if he can beat him tonight, he'll get his rematch against Jeff Hardy. The first match of the night was Jeremy and Max Buck, Generation Me, Robbie E, and Cookie versus Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, Jay Lethal, and Velvet Sky of the Beautiful People in a 8-person tag team match. This was an awesome, fast-paced match to start the show. Generation Me cheat to get the win for their team. After the match, backstage, Generation Me brags about beating the Machine Guns, and the Machine Guns walk up to them and challenge and tell them they've won nothing, and challenge them to an empty arena match after the show is over. Next, Abyss issues an open challenge for a casket match later during the show. Next, Jeff Jarrett comes out with some rookie MMA fighters and demonstrates some MMA moves, and Samoa Joe comes out and mocks Jeff Jarrett and dares him to face him tonight. Jeff Jarrett says if he can beat his MMA student, he will face Joe in a submission match. Samoa Joe destroys the MMA fighters, and Jeff Jarrett retreats. It looks like Joe and Jeff Jarrett will fight at Final Resolution, the next pay-per-view. The next match of the night was Raven versus Jeff Hardy. If Raven lost, he would be fired from TNA. This was a pretty good match, but I thought it should have been longer. Jeff Hardy defeats Raven with the Swanton Bomb for the win. After the match, Hulk Hogan comes out and fires Raven. It sucks that Raven got fired, and EV2 is slowly dying. EV2 is one of my favorite stables in TNA right now. Tommy Dreamer comes out and demands that Rhino comes out and explains his actions last week. Rhino comes out and explains that his contract was expiring, and that the only way Eric Bischoff would review it would be if he joined Immortal. Tommy Dreamer and Raven went back and forth until Rhino attacked Dreamer, and then RVD made the save and brawled with Rhino, and Rhino lays them both out. Awesome segment. It looks like I like how they fuse fantasy with real life together in this storyline. The next match of the night was the casket match between Abyss and the challenger Shannon Moore. This was an awesome match. The match ends in a no contest when the Pope emerges from the casket and, along with Shannon Moore, attacks Abyss, and Abyss escapes. The next match of the night was a knockouts number one contenders match between Angelina Love and Mickie James. This was an awesome back and forth match. Mickie James wins with a tornado DDT, thus becoming the number one contender to the Knockouts title. Next, Brother Ray comes out and talks about how he was so much better than Devon, and that Team 3D could have existed with any Dudley, Brother Runt or Big Dick Dudley. It will probably be Brother Ray versus Devon at Final Resolution. The main event of the night was between Ric Flair and Matt Morgan. If Matt Morgan won, he would get his rematch against Hardy at Final Resolution. This was a pretty good match. Matt Morgan wins the match with assistance from Douglas Williams, who recently just turned face. So once again, another awesome episode of TNA Impact, because we're dog and we are immortal.